In today's video, we're going to try to dissolve the aluminum from a soda can, but leave the soda behind. Hey Callie.
Yeah.
Why did Paul Revere ride his horse from Boston to Lexington?
Why?
The horse was too heavy to carry. New shirts available now.
No.
She's just amazed at how good that joke was.
So some of these things look like things that I would want to drink, and some of these things look like things I probably should never drink ever.
That's definitely true. As everyone knows, soda is very unhealthy, and so you should never drink it ever.
But this on the other
Oh,
hand.
you meant the other stuff.
No, I didn't.
So here we've got drain cleaner and soda. Guys, we have had a ton of people sending us videos recently on Instagram and comments asking to see if we can test something out. The original video, or at least the one that people have been sending to us, showed a tall, skinny can of Coca-Cola having the outside sanded off, and it was then submerged in drain cleaner liquid. The brand of drain cleaner that they used in the video appears to be one that's sold in the UK and possibly some other places, but I didn't find it for sale anywhere near me. But I looked it up and it said that the main active ingredient in it is sodium hydroxide, which is another way of saying lye. It's a very basic material, which means it's the opposite on the pH scale from acidic, and it can have some similar results. It can dissolve stuff, it can eat stuff away, and it does react with aluminum.
So to clarify, this is caustic lye. Now, caustic, from what I understand, means that it dissolves organic matter.
Organic tissue, yeah. It should be able to eat living stuff for the most part.
Great.
That means it's high enough on the pH scale that it would do damage to tissue. Here's the basic idea. We're going to test if we can use sodium hydroxide to dissolve the aluminum in a can and reveal the plastic lining full of soda within. First step in the video was to take a soda can, an aluminum soda can, and to sand it all.
There you go.
Oh, look at that, a sanded can. We took some sandpaper. I used a power sander to speed things up, so it's got fun little like texture lines in it.
Nice.
And I sanded all over this. It's not sanded on the bottom, so this is just whatever was normally there. And this may even have a sort of plasticky film over it so that you can't really see. And I didn't sand at the top, and that's on purpose. We don't want to dissolve the top and the bottom. We just want to dissolve the aluminum on the sides because that, we hope, will help it keep its shape a little bit better.
Now, we have done a couple of videos in the past that are in the same vein. You guys may have seen that I have actually dissolved the outside of an egg using vinegar, and what's left behind is actually the membrane of an egg, so you can actually play with it. It's called a rubber egg, and it's kind of bouncy, and it's kind of fun. We also did one with gallium.
We did do this with gallium. We took our can, we sanded some of it down, and we put it into the gallium. And the aluminum acts like kind of a sponge. It soaks up the gallium. The gallium gets inside the aluminum and breaks its bonds, making it very, very brittle. In this case, we ended up with just sort of a portion of our can hanging on that plastic lining. And the cans have a plastic lining because a lot of soda is going to be acidic. Probably all soda is at least a little bit acidic. And they don't want that to start reacting with the aluminum itself. So it's an aluminum can for strength with a very thin plastic lining to protect soda from the can. So we have our concentrated lye, our sodium hydroxide liquid here. And so the next step shown in the video is you open the can, and that's for a couple reasons. One, it releases any pressure because you wouldn't want a pressurized can that suddenly doesn't have its walls adding strength.
He wouldn't want to.
I wouldn't want a pressurized can with its walls suddenly being missing. And then you take a stick, fit it through the tab, and let it hang down into a cup. But first, just to measure how much drain cleaner we need, I'm gonna do that with water first. Fill it up with water and see what level of drain cleaner we're gonna need. So
Nice.
This is just, basically just looks like slightly thicker water.
So before we get rid of the water here, I've got some pH strips. I wanna just kind of show the difference between lye and water itself. So water and lye. You can see here on our pH scale.
Lining up pretty darn well with our 7.
Yep. And then all the way up here at 14, maybe even a little bit higher almost.
That looks really dark, it's
Careful.
true.
That's our lye.
Carefully lower these down in. Hopefully our math works out nicely.
This is something that I've seen on soda bottles a lot. People will pick up a soda at a barbecue and they start tapping the lid and then they open it. Why do people do that?
The idea is that it helps settle down the carbonation. If it's accidentally been jostled or shaken and they don't want it to explode everywhere. It's a myth I've heard for a long time. I've never done a side-by-side test, so I think we can do a test about whether or not that actually works. We're gonna start by shaking up 2 cans of soda. We're gonna try and make them equal amounts. And then while Callie tries tapping one, I don't know if you want to just do like the 3 taps or if you just want to spend like a few seconds tapping away at it. Whatever you've heard is supposed to work the best. The other one will just sit still as you do that.
Okay.
And we'll open both and see if we have approximately the same, noticeably different, whether or not this works.
This is gonna make a mess.
Probably.
Awesome. Shake.
All right.
Proud of you.
So I'll hand it to you and you do all the tapping you feel like while I hold the other one still.
See, sometimes I even do this. I just like tap or click it.
All right, and I've just been holding this one steady, so I'm thinking we can try and open them like this.
Let's aim them at our camera guy.
But hold it up, so we don't just have it flowing out.
It's gonna hit us.
Maybe.
Okay, what's your plan?
I'm just gonna pop it open, but keep them near each other so we can keep them both in frame.
All right, ready?
I think yours erupted more.
Mine bubbled more. I agitated it. I kept agitating it after he held it still.
You hold yours steady.
All right. I've never held a soda so carefully in my life.
10 solid taps on the top.
Great. You count.
3, 2, 1. They look pretty even that time.
Yeah.
Mine definitely did not seem less explosive than yours. Maybe more, not by a lot, but for the most part, no real change happened there.
All right, I think we have successfully debunked the tap test. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. If anything, it may agitate it a little bit more. Did that one stay together?
No.
Or is it just sticking to the sides?
I'm not sure what it's stuck to at the moment.
Is it actually stuck?
It's full of, it's got some liquid down at the bottom of it. I don't know what the composition of that liquid is. Partially soda, partially acid. That's actually like very similar to what we had. We just got like, this part at the bottom is also plastic, so we just have like a little metal ring that didn't quite dissolve.
Yeah, that's really bizarre.
Then it definitely got some acid in it.
I love that that one little piece is just a straggler just hanging on.
I'm gonna try and dip this down into our water, rinse it off a little bit.
I don't think that's the color that Fanta's supposed to be. Being very careful not to breathe in the fumes, except I'm still getting some orange smell, so I think absolutely, as you can tell, our orange soda did leak out just like the others, but I think there may be some left. Fingers crossed. Haha!
That's soda colored. Oh,
we
that one held
success.
its shape way better. I don't know.
There we go!
I don't know exactly where the rest of the soda went. Actually, I think I do know where the rest of the soda went.
See the counter? Look at the counter. It went there.
It went into the cup because we only filled these to here.
Yeah, but they still spattered and went everywhere.
I talked about this when we were starting to put them in, and I noticed that the cans weren't really sinking down into the liquid.
Check this out.
Oh, it's half eaten at the bottom.
I think maybe you didn't sand this part quite so much.
Well, I didn't sand the bottoms of any of them.
Huh, interesting. This Fanta can, for some reason, survived a lot better. So that's pretty cool. Let's pour this one out. Aww.
Good tour. Thought it would go slower than that.
We killed it.
Once again, just a little bit at the bottom of the aluminum, just held together. And so it's just like pulling it down. It's just the thickest part. It's the slowest to dissolve.
It is hot.
Oh yeah, it reacts
hot.
with the aluminum. It just warms up. I bet all of these are warm.
Yep, well, and as you saw, all of these are putting off fumes as we're pulling them out. That one's probably gonna fall a little bit easier than the other one.
It's just a blob. Oh, and there it goes.
Done.
It's not a strong plastic. Let's see how this one's done. It didn't have the ability to float up the same way. Oh, that has worked so much better.
That one has not gone as long as the others. However, this is really cool. You put tape on it so that you get. Did it work? Is the aluminum still there?
I think so, but it's hard to tell. I'll have to try and peel the tape off.
I'm worried about that. I'm not sure if it's gonna work.
Grab that piece of tape and just gently pull in that direction. This is basically saran wrap, and I'm trying to peel tape off of saran wrap, and it doesn't love that.
Saran wrap and like foil is what we're dealing with.
Pretty much.
But if we can get this to work, this will be amazing.
Oh,
dang it! No!
We were so close. All right, just finish pulling that off. You can see these.
That's
That's okay. So even without the plastic,
tried,
you can see the shape that we were getting there, and it actually came super close to working. Look at that. We've just got like these strips of metal left. So we're gonna try this one more time. I'm gonna set up just one can this time. It's been sanded. I am going to dilute the drain cleaner just a little bit by adding some water to it. I'm going to do that because I'm trying to lower the density of it. This is squishing our cans so much that it doesn't float. So I'm gonna start with drain cleaner, but then I'm gonna water it down. And this will probably make it less potent. It might take longer.
Do we want it to be as high as the last one?
I would like it if it still can dissolve the whole can.
All right. And we're gonna be adding weights to this one.
Yes. Well, I guess really quick I can just see if this one sinks all the way in now that I've added water to it. So close.
I don't want to add more weights because I'm worried about tearing. I'm hoping it'll just start sinking as the aluminum fades.
Yep. Let's leave it like that for a while and see if it turns into anything cool.
Nice.
Oh. Well, it worked for a second, and then it broke. I'm thinking that might be the reason that in the other video they used one of these tall skinny cans, as it just had like more structural side support.
You got this, you got this, you got this.
I think it will rupture if I try and take it out.
Wow! Holy cow! Stay away from the
I don't know
fumes.
what happened in that original video that made it just hold its shape so nicely and not balloon out like this.
They didn't leave it in as long.
I guess that's possible.
I love it.
Is it possible? I'm gonna say yes. I don't know what they
absolutely.
did that we're not exactly, like how specifically
What
they
is
dissolve
the
theirs.
lye to water ratio? That's probably
true.
better. We use highly concentrated stuff, so.
I don't know if it's the drain cleaner that's reacted to the plastic or if it's just that it got so hot as it reacted with the aluminum and the heat is what did this.
And we left it in too long, who knows?
So to the very, very many of you who sent a video to us asking if this is possible, yes, it is possible. The exact method they used in their video, I'm not sure. The plastic walls on their can definitely held up better for them than it did for us, but we were able to dissolve the metal from around the plastic. We were able to see the soda inside the plastic, squish it. We had some very similar results to them in some of our tests. If we just wanted to keep trying this over and over, I'm sure we could get to something that was more similar to what they did. The important thing, it does work. The drain cleaner will dissolve the aluminum following the same steps they did. We didn't have an identical result, but I believe that what they showed was real. You know, it showed them squishing the sides of the plastic can, pouring the whole thing out. I think it really happened. I think they really did it, and we would just have to play around with it a bit more to get their exact results. Oh boy.
Right there, that's the end.
Guys, that's not all. We've got more for you to see. Click the box up at the top to check out our most recent video, and we will see you in the next one. Talk to you then.